Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode. And it's on a topic that is very, very special to me, especially as a member of the Puka. As you all know, Dragon Ball is one of the most popular franchises in the world, and with its impact reaching across all of shonen anime, even called the grandfather of anime, shonen to be specific, and as well as fiction as a whole, with multiple references across the world. After the passing of its creator, Akira, the franchise has become a bit uncertain. Today, we'll be diving into the current state of Dragon Ball and what fans expect for the future of this amazing franchise, especially regarding the anime and the manga. My name is Hujat Sama, and this is the Poker. The passing of a world with a major shock because the news of his death actually came out on the 8th of March, while the great man himself had passed away as of the 1st of March. This left the fans and the industry confused. Even his protege, Toyotaro, mentioned that he had no news of the death of Akira Toriyama while he was still drawing the final panels for the Dragon Ball Super manga. That is just to show how secretive of a life the great man Akira Toriyama lived. And unfortunately, it has left the world with a lot of confusion. Right now, we are currently enjoying both Dragon Ball Diamond, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to keep our minds and hope that for the return or full return of this series. And if we are to look at some of the key things left in the last chapter, which came out on the 20th of March 2024, we realize that we had a farewell wave from Piccolo, and this was said to be the last contribution by the great man himself. This was to show us he knew that he wouldn't be able to see more of the future of Dragon Ball and left the entire world and his work to us, which is something that was very difficult to accept. I stood for days just thinking about it, that what is going to happen, how, why, when, especially the why.
Why? 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 Why?
But unfortunately, every great person must always meet a particular time where they have to return to the world. Unfortunately, we have no Dragon Balls to bring him back. This has now left a particular gap and space in the hearts of the fans. With the passing of the creator comes a bit of crisis, and this has led to a lot of confusion and disheartened feelings among fans. As a massively successful IP, Dragon Ball was bound to face some form of power struggle. I mean, we're talking about one of the biggest and most popular IPs in the anime fandom, and as well as one of the biggest money makers when it comes to merchandise sales, game sales, and it's literally Bandai's baby because they always tend to put in their 100% in when they want to release a new Dragon Ball game. Definitely, once the original creator had passed away, people will be struggling to get that piece of cake from the Dragon Ball franchise. And this struggle over the rights have caused much of the uncertainty concerning the franchise future. The key parties who are involved in the dispute, which is Shueisha, which is the publisher, Akira Toriyama editor is the person that's closely tied with Dragon Ball, and of course Bandai Namco, which also produced many of the successful Dragon Ball games. The conflict escalated following Akira Toriyama's death in March 2024. Akira Iyoko, who played a key role in managing Dragon Ball IP, left Shueisha in 2023. That is to give a brief history. And he left Shueisha to start his own company known as Capsule Corporation Tokyo, a very fun reference to Capsule Corp in the Dragon Ball, actually like that. This particular exit by Akira Yoko, which many people claim to be Toriyama's right-hand man, created concerns at Shueisha about losing control of the Dragon Ball manga rights, especially since Toriyama had expressed a lot of dissatisfaction with Iyoko's removal from the Dragon Ball room, a team which is basically the team focused on the franchise. Bandai Namco, which also profits significantly from Dragon Ball related games and merchandise, also faced complications due to this power struggle. Until these issues are fully resolved, fans likely wouldn't see much new Dragon Ball. content after the release of the two upcoming projects in October, which is basically the Sparking Zero and the Dragon Ball Daima. So this is where the main problem is. They are looking for who is going to take control over Dragon Ball, who is going to be the main hand in the movement of this series. And because of that, we've had this long silence over the months. Not much trailers. Even the Dragon Ball Daima anime did not even get that much promotion. Although people claim it's a Toei problem because they tend to believe that without promoting Dragon Ball fans over the world will basically promote it and boost its popularity. But it is difficult at this point to not find a way to tie it into the current situation that is happening. So what will happen? What are we going to expect? Is Daima going to be the last Dragon Ball anime we are going to witness? Or is Sparking Zero the last ever Dragon Ball game that is going to be produced by Bandai? By the time you factor in all these uncertainties, you leave us fans wondering, what are we going to do? Are we going to have to enter Japan itself and look at these parties in the eyes and tell them, oh yeah, calm down? This is Dragon Ball we're talking about. It's either you solve it or we solve it for you. Probably that's going to be the next thing. But with all this set in stone, there is a bit of silver lining, and I'll get straight into that. In the August 26th edition of the weekly Dragon Ball news show, V-Jump editor Victory Uchida was joined by Toyotaro, who is, like I mentioned before, the one who was drawing the Dragon Ball Super manga, and is also known as a regular host on the show. While the episode primarily focused on the results of the Goku Best Bout poll, which is basically Goku's best fight in the series, Toyotaro made an intriguing comment at the end which sparked a flame of glory in the hearts of the fans. And his statement is, and I quote, "With the moral fight being included and all, I was delighted to see the poll's result, but I won't stop there. I plan to keep coming up with lots of exciting battles for fans to enjoy. I hope you all will continue to follow my work." Now, this particular statement, this particular comment, looking at the situation surrounding Dragon Ball, is not something one would believe Toyotaro would carelessly say. Toyotaro's comment referred to the final battle of the Moro arc, which was voted number 4 and number 2 among English-speaking fans in the poll. This was the first arc where Toyotaro had full creative freedom. While this isn't a complete or official confirmation of the franchise future, it suggests that things may be moving in the right direction and the right issues may be resolved sooner rather than later. Fans are hopeful that Toyotaro will be given the opportunity to continue the series properly. And in particular, we are also looking at it as, since it is not a statement that can be made casually, by giving Toyotaro the right to continue Dragon Ball, which we've seen all his work and his efforts prior to this moment. It means that generally the future of Dragon Ball is bright. While we remain hopeful, it is still better than the silence we had experienced over time. And now we are actually seeing headway. It makes the watching of Daima very much heartwarming while we're enjoying the last two pieces of work officially announced to be handled by Akira Toriyama himself. It is now a way for us to will be moving forward beyond this point. Daima will not be the full stop, and perhaps we might even get more from Dragon Ball games in the coming future.
How long will it take? Well, King Piccolo, I believe it will take... No, wait, I said because he did.
And that's all we have today. To the Dragon Ball fans out there, I am indulging you to not lose hope, to enjoy the Daima series, enjoy the Sparking Zero, and definitely we are in for a lot of wonderful things coming to the Dragon Ball franchise. And I want to thank all of you who have stayed up to this point for staying with us on this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on what you think about basically everything surrounding the Dragon Ball franchise, the IP, the power struggles here and there. And I'll be seeing you in the next video whereby I'll share my thoughts on what fans want. I'm going to run it on our official IG page, and based on the polls, I'm going to pick out the top things that fans want for a Dragon Ball continuation and the ideas that are most common amongst them. Until next time.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show